transition of, you know what I'm saying, coming from gospel to rap. And I found out that you were contributing to possibly one of the hardest tracks ever heard, and that was Spice One's Born to Die from the Tales from the Hood soundtrack. How was the creative process like for that?
That was a bananas creative process. That was weird for me, but we did it at my publisher's house. We got there, we had no idea what we were going to do, but they wanted it to be really eerie and like for the, you know, because it was like a scary movie. But how you say it, satirically or satirically? It was like a satire.
Satire. Satire. Okay, satirical.
So I'm doing all this research. They send me the movie without any music, and some of the scenes didn't even have any effects, but they wanted me to see what it was like to be able to get the mood of it. And so I went to the record store. Back in them days, they had record stores. I went there and got The Omen and a lot of old scary stuff, and I was just playing it, sitting at the house by myself, playing them over and over again to get the vibe of that. And so when they wanted me to do Spice One, because originally I was doing a song by myself when I got called to do it, and then they asked me to do Spice One after that. So then I went to the studio to do Spice One, and we didn't use any of those stuff that we still created that vibe where it was, you know, scary. But Spice, you know, he likes to be involved with his music and everything. He want to make sure it goes how he thinks, but I kind of think in a big picture kind of way. I hear something and I go, okay, now I got to put all the little pieces together to make that puzzle. And so when I'm doing little things, if I'm not filling in certain things, he try to, you know, tell me, you know, fill in it. And, you know, so it was a little struggle on trying to work together on that. And even when I was doing the bass line on that, he actually stuck his finger on the keys, and it was like a like that. And we even left it on the song because it sounded crazy. But it was just, and then it took him like 2 days, I believe, to write it. You know, we were kind of like bummed out. You know, I was used to people in the hood, they would write boom, boom. By the time I finished the track, boom. Pac was like that too. But what really made it kind of hard that after we finally did it, and I was playing it for the Outlaws at the studio, as soon as she said, "My cat screamed fire," they said, "My bullets don't shoot that motherfucker," and they started rapping the whole thing with him. And I'm going, "What? What happened?" Oh, that was a song that him and Pac did together. And I'm like, "Oh, what was going on?" Oh, but it came out good. And I ended up doing the hook. We didn't have a hook for it. We didn't have a hook for it at first. And your boy was trying to get more money out of it. So they were just like, "Can we do this, you know, without him coming back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me go do the hook." So I went in there and I did the holes in the chest and one to the dome. He had the, you know. And so, and then they slowed down my voice, you know, to give it that real deep devilish kind of sound, you know. But that was a crazy record. In fact, I remember too, after we finished that record, they called my boy Keith Clark back in the studio because I couldn't make it. Brought him in the studio to do the gunshots. The pow, pow, pow. Those we didn't originally use that, but they wanted those in there, and I said, well, you know, I want my boy to go do it because I trust him with it. He got gunshot sounds and it's all good. So yeah, and then they ended up they did like a freak remix of that mug to use in the actual movie, and then my song with my group NGN is at the very beginning when the movie first come on and they getting out of the car, and he goes NGN motherfucker. That's my group right there. So and yeah, I was doing that simultaneously as the working on the Outlaws album, but they was called Dramacidal, and Pac was in jail, and I think at the same time too I was working on Yo-Yo's song for the Panther movie, because all of that came out in the same year.